Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online challenge. We're back again with Karn Eldrazi Ramp, and we're playing against Eldrazi Tron. I was literally just talking to Derpity Derps just a little bit ago about tuning their list for the challenge, so here we are. That's awkward. That said, we definitely want to mulligan this hand since we know we're going up against Eldrazi Tron. This might be able to work if we can get an early Karn. So we'll drop a Drifter, hope to draw into a Lab. And pass. Ugin Lab. If they drop an early Karn, we're going to be in trouble though. Chalice on 1 is fine here. Could have been bad, is fine right now though. No labs. In that case, we'll go Wooded Foothills, pass, and pause on end step. And there's a power plant passing with 3 mana up. Fetch Wooded Foothills for a commercial district trigger. Temple will go top. Temple. So there's two ways to look at this, right? If they have a K command, the Malevolent Rumble is easier for them to interact with. More specifically, the spawn is. If they have a Karn, then the Talisman's bricked, right? So a bit of give and take there. Really why I was hoping to see a lab. I think we do go... I sit here and go, I think we go Rumble. If they have the K command, that would suck. But I think the Karn would suck more. I mean, the nice part about the Talisman, though, is if we play the Talisman, they don't have a Karn. Or if we draw into, let's say, a Temple, or not Temple, but a Lab, then we can use the Talisman to beat Karn in the face. So that's a choice, at least. Of course, if we Rumble and then they have no interaction with it, we find, let's say, a Soin Myco spawn. That could be good, too. Screw it. I'm going to go Talisman and pass. Let's see if I was right about the K command. I was. Glad we just dodged that bullet. I mean, it's like a 50-50 chance, right? Not really 50-50, but we haven't seen either of. It's 4 copies in the list, so it makes sense to play, like, you're playing around both in the grand scheme of things. Now, they still play Karn here on SOL. No Karn, no nothing. That's a bit suspicious. Draw. Bajuka Bog. Well... Cavern of Souls, name Eldrazi. Karn the Great Creator. Minus KGC. Yes. For... Oh, I see. For Liquid Metal Coating. And then pass. And pass. No K command from them. That's 2, 4, 7 now. So there could be a Cyrus 7 deaths. If that is the case, we'll have to grab Bridge. Yep. So now we need to grab Bridge. Draw. Utopia Sprawl. Chalice is breaking that, so that's not an option. So let's take a look here. And go Malevolent Rumble. Try and find a land. No land. A Cyrus 7 Deaths of our own would be good, though. But I think we go Myco Spawn. So I'm going to go Myco Spawn here. I'm going to minus KGC. And we're going to grab a Ensnaring Bridge. Cast Ensnaring Bridge, play Bajuka Bog, target you, and pass. And pass. Next turn we can start kicking the Myco Spawn. What's an exile? K command. There's KGC. So liquid metal's off the table. This does become a bit awkward though, doesn't it? We might want to just go after Lab with Sowing Myco Spawn, though I think they only run one copy of Forest, or not Forest, but a Swamp, so Myco Spawn into, whatchamacallit, Ghost Quarters might be worth it. Disruptor Flute, naming Karn would be fine. If they go Sowing Myco Spawn, that's less fine. Yeah, less fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's a bit annoying, actually. Because right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need to spend 7 just to cast it. Yes. So in that case, Karn plus on Chalice 1. Unfortunately, I can't use the Talisman anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We can Utopia Sprawl onto the Commercial District for what it's worth. Though we might want to evoke the Null Drifter first. Let's do that. We'll evoke Null Drift. Currently have how many in hand? 6 to 7. In that case, wow, really was hoping for a land there. I mean, it's probably just smarter for me. I mean, we could Rumble and choose nothing if we don't see a land. And let's do this. There's the land we're looking for, but double Emrakul, jeez. A fresh hell. We'll go land, forest, sprawl for red, and pass. So that keeps the Sire at bay. Currently we have no way to stop this Karn though. The main thing I'm worried about is, of course, a Cityscape over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. KGC minus for Flagship. Flagship will hit Karn. That's not the biggest deal in the world right now. Yeah, I'm not horribly concerned with that as of this moment in time. We're still right now underneath Bridge, which is relevant. And draw. Sanctum of Ugin. Again, Emrakul's out, which sucks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're still short on kicking a Myco Spawn. Actually, no. 9 should be correct, shouldn't it? Because it should be 7 plus 2. Yes, so we can kick. So I'll play Sanctum, Sprawl the Forest for blue. Let's kick a Myco Spawn. I will get rid of the Ugin Lab. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I will then grab a Ghost Quarter. And again, we haven't seen anything of note. We could Ghost Quarter a Temple. I indeed had 9 mana, friend. I will get rid of the temp. And pass. And pass. They do have a waste. Okay, noted. Maybe should have held till draw, but that puts them in a position to cast a K command. So I didn't want to do that. Next turn we can kick again, but we need to deal with Karn is the problem. Map is fine. They'll have 5 mana. We'll be able to exile the mine. The question is, can they do anything with that 5 mana? More or less they just played a land, right? Because they already had 4. So not the worst case scenario. Oh, unless you son of a... Well, that bit us in the butt. I don't think it would have mattered, would it? Because we just had... Yeah, they would have... Yeah, I don't think it would have mattered. Because they would have had... Still enough, I think. X3, so Sire's unlocked. Yeesh. Again, we need to deal with Karn now. We can put him back underneath locked. We do draw into Karn. Emrakul's out. So that's not a good position to be in. We'll take the 7 down to 12. And draw. Temp. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I mean, I could at this point go for... If I go with kicked Myco Spawn, the thing is they're going to plus Karn on flagship, right? So I think I need to go drift. Draw 2. There's sowing Myco. Yes, on the Sanctum. I think I need to Sire 7 Deaths or the World Breaker. We could World Break the Sovereign Flagship. That's an option, but I think the Sire might be better. Because at least with Sire, then we can trade with the Sire on board. Otherwise, we can always block the Sky Sovereign console. Otherwise, I can World Break, get rid of that. So just get rid of it, or 1, 2. Thing is, the other option they have is to go for a Cityscape Leveler, which they do have access to right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I'm an idiot. I didn't tap the frickin'... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We still would have been short because of the Disruptor Flute. So it might still be necessary to go World Break here. Yeah, damn. Yeah, I think that's right. Play Temple. Funny enough, if we had the Liquid Mellow Coating on board, I could have gotten rid of... Well, no, because, right. We'll get rid of the mine. At least this way we can block the Sky Sovereign flagship. We'll take the 7 from the Sire. Then next turn we can go after KGC, but if they get the Leveler, it's over. We'll pass. Like, I'm beating them on the land destruction plan, but everything else is kind of drifting away. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So even if we do lose the breaker, we can always bring it back next turn, which is a thought. Be in combat. I'll just take the 7. Down to 5. There's a power plant. Mind Stone. 4 for Thought Not Seer. Thankfully we're insulated from Seeds effects with Sowing Mycospawn doubled up. But this now means that we can't take down KGC. And we have to double block the Sire 7 deaths next turn. So we need to draw into a KGC if possible. That would allow us to grab back Bridge and cast it. I think that would be the best case scenario. Draw. Unfortunately not it. So 4, 5, 6, 9. We'll get rid of the tower. We're gonna have to double block the Sire no matter what. I suppose we'll just go with another temp. Play the Verdant Cat, and a reason. Well, actually, okay, we'll hold back on playing the Liquid Metal. It's not doing anything, of course. Oh, I think I just lose, don't I? Yeah, I do because of the Sovereign Flagship. They take up on Flagship, and I think they win. Yeah. Shoot. Yeah, seeing Emrakul was rough on that Rumble. Like, I wanted it, but at the time I don't think we could have kept it. If you had just ticked up on the Flagship, I think you win. Tormod's Crypt. Tormod's Crypt. Yeah, if you had ticked up on Flagship, you would have been able to bolt the Sowing Mycospawn. I'm forced to block. Whereas now I don't think I lose on the spot. Oh no, I guess I still do, don't I? Because, yeah, I've forced to block. Yeah, no, never mind. Yep, I die to that. Because, yeah, I'm Menace. Yep, you got it. You got it. Yeah. Losing out on that Emrakul early was a bit rough. Let's see here. We'll cut the K return. Bring in Consign to memory. They do run TKS, so bringing this member is relevant. Question is what the cut for that. Ugin's a little bit interesting, right? We want the Ghost Quarter, don't need the Gemstone, and actually don't need the Bog. So I think we run it back like this, because they're not running Emrakul. Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah, if we had seen Karn, then we would have been able to hold out, I think. Unfortunate. Yeah, it's had us in this really awkward position. Moment like that, though, is exactly where I would have wanted like a third Emrakul for the Sanctum pull. But like seeing both of them back to back off of Rumble was just so unlikely. So can't really say too much about that, I suppose. I feel like we played that well enough. Flagship is a card on the side of E-Tron that I think is really good. It's great for the mirror, as well as great for the E-ramp matchup for them, because it can just hit a Karn out of nowhere, especially when it's behind a bridge. Honestly, I should have probably have considered that when plussing or minusing Karn. Maybe I should just grab bridge on the first one, and then plussed on the second. If we were able to keep the Karn, would it have made a difference? That I don't know. Yeah, I don't think so. But regardless, on the play for game 2. Again, trying to angle for an early Karn. I'll keep. Devourer trigger. We need to play the district. Trigger Writhing Chrysalis. I'll put on top. And pass. And pass. I don't really need to know what's in exile just yet, but let's see. Thought Not, Temp, Mine. Could be going for Tron. Likely the case. No reason to show the Ghost Quarter just yet, I don't think. We'll go Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. And pass. So next turn we have KGC. Yeah, looks like they are setting up for Tron. I mean, I'm really tempted to just go Ghost Quarter and then get rid of a tower, but that sets us back, right? If I were to do that, it sets them back off of Tron, because that's clearly what they're going for. But it means that we kind of take off the turn. Interesting. Don't play the Ghost Quarter, play KGC. Minus KGC. And let's go with the local metal. And pass. Let's see what you got. If you have natural Tron, what do you play into is the question, right? Yep, there's Tron. And what? Devourer, Ugin for 7. K Command X5. So looking for something here. If they find Karn, play Karn, then we can always get rid of a spawn off of command. Though it does shut off our talisman, which I don't like. Yeah, I do wonder if I should have Ghost Quartered instead. The only thing is, if we Ghost Quartered, played the Talisman, passed, and then they land a lab into Karn, I would have just been dead on board. Two top, 3 bottom draw. What'd you find is the question. Find your own Karn. Fleshraker. Fleshraker's fine. And draw. Rumble. Would love to find a land right now. Because what I can do here... Alright, let's start off with this. Green, colorless, rumble. Let's find a land. There's the temple. And then, let's see here, we can talisman, liquid metal, yeah, talisman, liquid metal. Just I'm debating whether or not I want a blocker here for Karn. Because we could just liquid metal, get rid of one, then go score to the other. And let's just do that. Let me confirm what's in their side. No Tron pieces, so I'm going to take out the mine. And then I'll go to... Is there any reason to go to upkeep right now? I don't think so. We'll just take out the power plant. And pass. So no matter what, they don't have Tron next turn. We'll pass. Ugin Lab, Imprint. Six mana. For what? Another K command? Yes. So they'll hit me for 5, that's okay. I think we can get rid of the Flesh Rake next turn. Drains me for another 4. What they find is the question. There's KGC. Okay, well this could be an issue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, 4. Map. Just basically pinging me with the Flesh Rake at this point. So we can get rid of the Flesh Raker. That's not an issue. What is going to be an issue is if they go for KGC to a... whatchamacallit? Flagship, right? Because again, we could minus Karn for a bridge, but then what? Flute. Flute naming what? Could it be KGC? Sowing Mega Spawn again. That's fine. If I let them hit Karn... Actually, I think this is okay. Yes, I'll let them hit Karn because... Well, actually, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll plus here. Hit Karn. Because we'll be able to K-command X0. Yes, I'll block with the spawn. Lab is fantastic. So we will Writhing Chrysalis. So do I ramp or do I surveil? Because I can just pretty much replace the spawns. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's do that. Done. Oh, triggers on the stack. I was like, Would have liked to have gotten rid of the Glaring Flesh Rake, don't get me wrong, but I need to get rid of this Karn ASAP. KGC plus on the Liquid Metal Coating. And go to combat. Do you have a Dismember? You do not. Attack KGC. KGC down to 1. That's perfect. Okay. He might be able to get out of this. The Flesh Rake is still a bit scary, don't get me wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We're still short on Ugin. Plays a power plant. They currently have access to what? 5 mana? KGC can plus on whether it be flute or map as a blocker, I suppose. Not ideal for me, but definitely an option. Don't have really any other options as far as sideboard pieces right now. KGC plus on no targets though. That's oddly suspicious. Makes me feel like they might have a K command. Yeah, I think they do. X equals 3. There's nothing I can do about that, so I'm going to pass in full. I'll take 4 damage from the Glaring Flesh Rake. How much do we have in the side? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. With 11 Emrakul right now off the top. That would be the best case scenario. But a few times I do wish I had a Torpor Orb in the side still. Do we have a Thought-Knot Seer? Yes. Make another 2 blockers. Drain me for 1. Drain me for 2, actually. Takes the Talisman. Not the end of the world. Draw. Okay, this actually does work out quite well. The question now becomes how I attack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Karn can plus targeting Liquid Metal Coating again. That's not exactly a great attack. It had to block 2, but they just blocked the spawn with the Writhing Chrysalis and the Liquid Metal with the Thought-Knot Seer. So let's just start by attacking with Writhing Chrysalis at Karn. Yep, as expected. I'll start the Liquid Metal Coating at this point. The question now becomes, do we go after the power plant? We've already hit 1, so I think that is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we'll go to the power plant. So we have additional blocker and a local metal coating. But we're at a dangerous life total right now. Good thing I did that. Jesus. They still have access to 5 mana though, so a flagship is something that they could wish for, but that then unlocks my artifact, so they can't really wish for Karn here, I don't think. The best they could probably do is just plus on the map. Another TKS, draining for another 2 down to 4. Jeez. If I could get this Ugin on board, that would be solid right now, but right now we're very much short. The next problem is I'm not sure if I can attack with both the Writhing Chris and the World Breaker now, either. Ugh. Karn plus on Flute, yeah. Depends on what we draw into, I suppose. Because we can block 2. The problem is then they would just be able to plus. Draw. Temple's not it. Oh, this is bad. This is very, very bad. I might just have to minus Karn for bridge now, but I'm not liking that position either is the problem. Okay, so here's what we'll do. Attack both at Karn. See what they do. That's fine, and that's fine. If they had the Kozilek's command, they would already kill me. So that's a non-issue. Well, minus of KGC. And bring in the bridge. And then pass. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 1 off of the Ugin. If we can resolve Ugin, we're in a good spot. Plays tower. Because Ugin will be able to start gaining us life and drawing us cards, which is significant. Again, if they had the command, they'd already kill us right now. KGC minus for... Flagship will only be able to hit Karn down to 1, which is good. Leveler is 2 off. And that's a bit scary. I'm trying to think of what they could go for here. I think the only thing is flagship or leveler, really. Yeah, so flagship can just hit KGC. Why would they hold up now, though? I'm going to, let's confirm here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Return Ugin to hand. If they had the K command, they would just win. Draw, I need a land. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Shock. Trigger. Ugin hits nothing. Done. Gain 3 life, draw a card. Up to 5. Another KGC. No reason to plus on anything. Oh, I do see where they're heading, though, is the problem. Yeah, that's a bit annoying, actually. So I will put it on liquid metal coating and then pass. Because they can plus on bridge, play the flagship. They get rid of bridge, but then we're not dead yet. And if Ugin on board, we'll start gaining advantage as well as life. Ugin, I've been a detractor of yours for a hot minute, but maybe I'm changing my tune today. Because in these stall games, it does look quite appealing, doesn't it? There's flagship, trigger. Thankfully, it's not a creature, so it does not trigger a second time. So only be down to 4. Looks like they'll go after what? Liquid metal. That is fine. I mean, this kind of continues the stall then. What is this? For 2. Chalice on 1 is fine. Down to 3. Ugin plus, let me confirm something real quick. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Ugin plus selling Mycospawn. The problem that I have here, right, is the fact that... Oh, hold on. Could I make this work? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unless they put the leveler in... Oh, no, because I can't look at their sideboard. We could pull a bit of a gambit. Bridge can attack, right? But do we need to do that right now? Because next turn we can alt. So if I just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, then I can make sure Karn dies by using its loyalty ability. Done. Our turn, comrade. That's a tower, don't need to play that. I will minus KGC. No. Activate, activate. I'll return you to hand. Go to combat. Attack you at me. Go to blocks. And then pass. And pass. This way, next turn we alt Ugin, and we should just win on the spot. So now we minus Ugin. So we go Null Drifter, Null Drifter, Null Drifter, Sire, Sire, Ugin, Breaker, Emrakul. Done. Oh, I was like, where did they go? Trigger on the stack. Done. Should have done this one last. Doesn't matter. I guess this one. Bridge. I'm gonna actually probably forgo the Null Drifters, I think. This should be enough. I'll pass. Attack me, attack me, attack me. Go to blocks, block, 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 and block. Triggers me, trigger me. And pass, and pass. I mean, we win this game, but we might lose the match at the time is the problem. KGC, no shot. Actually, this is fine. For bridge, I think we'll KGC plus bridge command for 3. Plus bridge command x equals 3. Done. Targets, done. Go to combat, please. All creatures at you. Okay, like I said, we won the game, but now it comes down to the match. We were at a time positive, but I think I missequenced by playing Ugin first. That took up so much time. Yikes. I'll cut a... Guess we cut an Ugin. Just need to play fast. Yeah, lesson learned on Moto. If you're going to sequence the Ugin unless you need to machine gun down their board, play Ugin last. That way you don't have excess triggers and excess clicks. First time ulting of Ugin. It's gonna be difficult, I feel. I'll keep. Pass. Love to see a Talisman, Devourer, Mind Stone, Map. Not what I want to see right now. Pass. pass. One, two, three, four. And done. Temp next turn, pass. Desperately need a green source right now. Draw. We'll take the Sire. Crack map for Temple. Looks like you probably have a Sire of your own. I'll get a forest. Red, pass. Pass. Pause on end step. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8, 9. Yes. Ugh. We lost the time, for frick's sake. Man, that's the worst way to lose to that too. We got there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 at most. Opponent would have not been able to play bridge, which means we would have had Leaf on board. I mean, quite literally, I lost to the extra clicks from Ugin in game 2. If I had played Ugin last, I would have been able to get there. I mean, I can't really fault my opponent here. I say all the time, time is a resource, make your opponent use it. And at the end of the day, I misused it, and I lost as a result. There are times where like you lose the time and there's like nothing else you could do. But like this one of the few times where like I'm tilted at myself for not using my time better. So that sucks, but it is what it is. With that said, we'll be back for round two. All right, and we're back for round two on the play for game one. I will keep would love to see a command, would love to see a green source, love to see a talisman. So I think I have like 17 hits off the top right now. Arid Mesa. That makes me a little bit concerned. We could Breeding Pool Shock here for red. And pass. If this is Storm, though, we're in a bit of trouble. Ral's what, 3 toughness? It's not, thank God for that noise. Flage could be dressed down. Wonder if we need to go Bajuka Bog. Well, you suck. Alright. That means we're off of the kicked Myco spawn plan now. I'll play Temp, cast Myco spawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'll be short on the breakers, the problem. And I think I'll just go Bajuka Bog and go after their Flage for now. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so in 2 turns we can cast Breaker. We draw into a 7-mana value spell, we can play it. Solitude. Draw. K command is solid. Go to combat. They could be trying to play a Doorkeeper Thrall, potentially. Stomping Ground, Shock, and Pass. Holding up command. Tune the Narrative Resolves. This also could just be Jeskai control, which would be interesting. Galvanic Discharge. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that resolves. So what we'll do is we're going to go for the command, but we're not going to tap the Ugin's Lab. Instead, it's Command X3. That way, if it gets countered, it's used as a permission spell. Pause on end step. Cast K command. And done. There's a counter spell. I'm going to return World Breaker to hand and then pass. Draw. Ugin Lab. No imprint. Doesn't really matter too much what I hit here. I'll go for a red source and pass. Do you have Consign Main? Elegant Parlor. There's Wrath the Skies. That will resolve and pass. We're in a good spot now that we have a body on board. Of course, Solitude could change that. Plains. Narset. We're 1000% smacking Narset in the face. Discharge. Thankfully can't take care of World Breaker. Go to combat. I will force check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna go Sowing Mycospawn. And Bone Scoops. Bone Scoops. Okay. Solid win. Let's move on to game 2. We'll cut the returns. The question then becomes what we bring in, right? Because the problem is with control, like Flage's an issue, sure. It could bring in Harbinger, so bringing Dismember in feels fine. Question is, do we bring anything else in, like let's say a Stonebrain? Chalice of the Void could be interesting. They have a lot of X1s. Yeah, we'll do that. It's not my preferred, but it is a thing we can do. I'll keep, and I'll pass. MTGO's Archive tapped. We do need some bodies here. Because right now, casting this command doesn't seem good. Okay, well, seems a lot better now. Pass, hold. Temple. So, like, we could just hold if they cast, let's say, a Narset, then we can cast the command, so I'll hold. Elegant Parlor. And I'm doubtful that they're just going to blindly play a 3-mana value spell with me having 4 mana up, right? What? Charmaw? Charmaw. Targets. In response. Yeah, this feels like an old Jeskai energy list or Jeskai control list. I think Chrysalis is tempting. Can we actually cast it though? 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we can. Top draw. Pass, take 4. And we can always dismember the Charmaw then. Down to 16. Well, let's first force check. Wooded Foothills, fetch. For a green source. Still not sure if they could have Harbinger. We'll pass. And next turn we can cast Worldbreaker or Sire. I think we aim for Worldbreaker first, in case they do have a consign. The question also then becomes whether or not we activate Sanctum or not. Steam Vent, shock. No shock. That's surprising. If you attack, this feels like bait. I'll probably just take it. Okay. So no bait, but probably can sign in hand. Draw. 2, 4, 5, 6. Sanctum of Ugin. Let's be smart. Trigger 1. Trigger 2. Let's go for second blue source or the Arena of Glory. The Arena of Glory is actually a little bit scary, but I think we need to go for the blue source. Do we have a consign? 1, 2, 3, 4. I don't think we crack the Sanctum. 5. Next turn we'll have 6. Unless we draw into a temple. It's like the best thing we would be able to grab off the breaker right now. There's consign. Would be a sowing Myco spawn. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, so I'm gonna say no here, and then pass. No attacks, and pass. Was this a big Tef? What? What just happened? Oh, they drew 3. I understand. I mean, I could attack here, apply some pressure, hold up the Dismember, but I think I just hold. I use a Dismember on end step just as a permission spell. That way we can ideally cast the Sire's 7 Deaths. Mysticate. That does make my math a bit more complicated, but depends on what they cast here. Okay, double blue, red, Narset resolves, yes. Activate, finding, Teferi. You could play Teferi. End step, confirming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 5 to the Windswept Teeth. For commercial district. Trigger Temple Top. It's not entirely necessary right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but doesn't hurt either. Top. Dismember Charmal. There's the counter spell. That is perfect. Go to combat. Attack at Narset. Narset down. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Trigger 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 12. We'd be 1 short on the Emrakul, but we would be able to go for let's say a sowing Myco spawn, Null Drifter. The Null Drifter might be beneficial. World Breaker also is good. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I am tempted. I think we do go Null Drift, actually. And pass. And pass. And they could Teferi bounce the Sire, I suppose. That is an option. If Sire sticks on board, though, then we're in a really good position. Here comes Teferi. Pay the 7. It will mean that we have to keep the Writhing Chrysalis untapped next turn. I guess we don't need to, but it would be surely recommended. Tune. Galvanic Discharge can kill the Writhing Chris, and they're hasting something. Another Charmal. Well, that does make this complicated. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, jeez. Draw. Thank God for that noise. Imprint. Drifter. No attacks. I guess maybe attacking Teferi's correct here. Because, like, if they kill the Sire, we're just dead regardless. Discharge. That's actually fine, because first strike. We'll gain 7 before they hit me for 4. I still need to kill the Sire. Or at least remove it from board. And if we can get an attack in with Sire, short of a sweeper, they have nothing. So that works out too. Sacred Foundry. Tapped. So I don't think they have anything else. Okay. Draw. Combat. If you had Orange Chant, you would have played it earlier, so what the hell is this? Supreme Verdict. Second main. Yeah, if I had hit the Tef, that would have been solid. Another Sire. Do you have a consign? You do not. We'll play Ghost Court and pass. We'll pass. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're short on the world break. combat. Going to attack you. Do you have a Solitude? I'm just gonna scoop. We'll take it. Alright, well, we'll be back for round 3. Alright, and we're back for round 3 on the draw for game 1. I mean, command green source would be good, otherwise we're top decking. I'll keep it. Not my favorite hand, especially if this is Ruby Storm. But then again, our game 1 kinda sucks if it's Ruby Storm regardless. I will go Ugin Lab, Imprint, pass, still looking for command, looking for Karn, green source, Guide of Souls. Okay, so looking like energy. Slow turn 1. I'll fetch for a... I think I need to go Stomping Ground Shock, unfortunately, because we need a return now. For green, and pass, and hold. On the off chance they play Blood Moon Mane. Arena of Glory, that's gonna be scary. Guide of Souls, that's frightening. I mean, yeah. I mean, we could have had a turn 3 kicked Myco spawn, and this board state would just be god-awful for us. Because they can now float 2 creatures of Guide of Souls, which now makes both of those creatures out of range for K-return, meaning that even if we sweep, we're going to take, what, 6 down to 4? Yikes. Yeah, that's a game. Drew into absolutely nothing. We had a ton of hits off the top and just saw none of them. I also just don't think it would have mattered. If I'm being completely honest, I do not think it would have mattered. Bring Dismember, K return. Cut KGC, Gemstone Caverns, and Ghost Quarter, meaning that we can probably keep one extra KGC in. Yeah, that looks right. On the play for game 2, I will keep. So you need to play around a Charmal. We'll go Windswept Teeth here. Pause on end step. Arid Mesa, fetch. Sacred Foundry, shock. Ragavan, that's less than ideal. Fetch of Windswept Teeth. Commercial District, trigger. Malevolent Rumble, top. Draw. We're gonna draw. I will play Temple, Rumble, Myco Spawn, or Drift. I think we go Myco Spawn. And pass. There is a thought now of whether or not... I guess we don't have to block. Because I have 3, 4, yeah. So I'll take the 1. It's not my preferred, but we'll do it. Then we'll Ugin Lab, Imprint, kick Myco. Kozak's Command, it'll like that. Fetch. Plains. Molten Rain, yikes. Okay. Draw. Cyrus 7 deaths. Ugin Lab. I think we imprint Ugin here. Sowing Myco Spawn for a Eldrazi Temple. And pass. And pass. If they have a Charmal, we're in trouble. Thankfully, no double red. Flage. Flage hits Myco Spawn. Right now we're at 5. What they hit off top? Forest, that's fine. Do need to be worried about Flage though. KGC. Tempted to go KGC into Tormod's Crypt. I think that is correct. Before we do that though, we can Malevolent Rumble 1-2. Yeah. I will grab another Ugin. Play KGC. Minus KGC, yes. For Tormod's Crypt. Cast Tormod's Crypt and hold. They need one more card in yard before they can cast Flage from yard. Goblin Bombardment resolves. Johnny, you gotta be joking. Yes, that resolves. So they can kill Karn with a Johnny. Thankfully we can sweep board next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, yeah. Ping me. A Johnny will bolt the Karn. Yep, not much we can do about that. They'll then attack for, what is that? 5 down to 7. So we're at a theoretical 4. Yes, we'll pass in full. Not much I can do about this. Down to 7. And draw. Kozilek's command. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Cavernous Souls, name Eldrazi. K return, triggers. Bombardment. This way we won't have to actually utilize K return, which is kind of nice. We're down to 4. No. And no. Resolves. Go to upkeep. Tormod's Crypt, target you and pass. As long as we get another turn, we might be fine. If they have a Flazier, we lose. No, you gotta be joking me. Mountain. Pyro. And we lose. Oh, you gotta be joking. Oh, Johnny. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, nothing I could do about that. Damn. That's energy for you. Sometimes you don't... your choices sometimes just don't matter, right? I guess a good question to raise there would be if Karn was riding Chrysalis, would that have made a difference? Probably not, no. They would have just hasted, I guess not hasted, but they just would have cast Flays from Yard. And then just smacked Chrysalis for 5. Sure, we would have had... whatchamacallit? The spawns. I'm not sure that would have been enough. Yeah. I mean, everything just lined up in their favor. The only thing that maybe I could argue I should have done differently was block the spawn rather than letting it get through. Yeah, maybe. Maybe. But sometimes win some, sometimes lose some. I mean, I feel like we're prepared for energy. There's just not much we could do about that. We needed a turn for the Sire 7 deaths. We needed, because we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're 1 short on Ugin. Because, yeah, if we had been able to resolve Ugin, I mean, we wouldn't have been able to sweep the board, though, right? Yeah, that's one thing about Ugin, right? I guess a better question would have been if Ugin was an Emrakul. Not that it replaced an Emrakul as a thing. What did it replace? I guess a Siren Worldbreaker. If it was a Worldbreaker, would it have mattered? No. Yeah, I don't think there's really any difference in like sideboard, if like different cards Ugin could have been or Siren could have been, outside of maybe Emrakul. I think that might have been the only card that would have allowed us to potentially come back. But even then, it would have been pretty rough, right? Unfortunate. But it is what it is. That said, we'll be back for round 4. Alright, and we're back for round 5 on the draw for game 1. And you might be asking yourself, wait 1 second, Gil. Didn't you just finish round 3? You would be correct. However, my opponent did not show up. So, yeah, here we are. Oh, fun times. Alright, looks like we're against Tron again. The question then becomes, do we go Karn? I think we have to go Karn. Let us fetch for a forest. I feel like it's going to be like the same exact scenario as last time. Right now it just comes down to whether or not we'll be able to interact. Oh, my opponent messed up. I just realized they passed instead of activating map. That's a rip. I think that might cost them the game. Before, like, if they had a Devour or a Sire, what have you, in hand, they could have done something more. But now they might be able to play Karn. Okay, so they have a Karn of their own now. The good news is I can beat their Karn with my Talisman. So that's not exactly a huge issue. What's your solution here, opponent? I mean, a console flagship would be relevant. Yeah, that'd probably be the best thing for them. Why would you grab a Stonebrain? You cannot activate it. Unless you have a way to destroy my Karn. Plus on Talisman. Smack Karn in the face. I think I will Malevolent Rumble. Ugin's Lab. And then Ugin Lab, Imprint, Sire, and then I'm tempted to Liquid Metal Coat to at least have it up. Yeah. The question then becomes whether or not I want to hold up Command X1 or if I want to Liquid Metal Coat just so we have it on board. And let's just do this. And pass. Right now I have access to 7 mana. There's really nothing else for me to do, so we'll just pass. They have access to 5 mana. They can't minus Karn though. They use Expedition Map as a blocker. That's fine. So we can exile that, no problem, with K command. Plays Brain. Plays Talisman. Brain. And map. Okay, so we're clear. I would have been a little bit more concerned if they would have played or held up for command for red. So I even need to use command here, do I? I mean, realistically speaking, if I could just go return, otherwise I can just do this. Hello. X equals 4. Liquid metal coating. I guess actually I should have, bit of misplay on my part. I should have used the talisman. I was thinking like, well, now we have return, but I don't think that's really all too relevant here. Opponent concedes. So Eldrazi Tron, bit of a misplay on my part for not just holding up the coating, but we got there. Let's bring in Consign, bring in Dismember, cutting the return, and the Bajuka Bog, and I'd imagine an Ugin. Yeah, I think an Ugin's right here. Let's run it back. Ugin's pretty non-impactful unless we're kind of stuck in a Dirtling match. At the same time, Emrakul can be kind of hard to resolve, so I'm not sure. On the draw for game 2, it's a bit slow for my liking. If we draw to a soul line, it's solid. Let's go Stomping Grounds tapped into Malevolent Rumble. Yeah, like I said, if I find a soul land off top, we're in a solid spot. Temple. And draw. Dismember makes me want to hold up the forest, so we'll do that. Case of a Glaring Flesh Rake. Ugin Lab, Imprint, and Ulamog. For TKS, ETBs, and we Dismember. If they take the Rumble, we're in a bit of trouble. Found the lab though, so that's solid. Depending, do we want to tuck the Ugin or the Drift? They took the Rumble, that's fine. Commercial district. Ugin Lab. Yeah, I think we imprint Ugin here. And then pass. We can X equals 1, but I'm not sure if that's enough is the problem. Another TKS. Yeah, at least we do get a spawn out of this. Bottom draw. Dismember. ETB trigger. Might be actually worth holding Dismember here, but I mean, if they just grab it, then yeah, we need to kill the TKS. Sack. TKS down. Draw a card. Pass. They should take the Null Drifter to stop me from drawing cards. Let's see if they do, because otherwise we'll fetch for Breeding Pool, shock it in, and then draw 2. Opponent sees the line. Draw. 2, 5. In that case, Commercial District trigger. So I Myco Spawn top and pass. And hold. Probably gonna go for a Ghost Quarter if they tap down that lab, honestly. Map resolves. Crack the map so they don't have a land in hand. They don't have something to play either, which is interesting to me. The Seiju. Oh, they're on mono green. Or they're on green. Targets. Return it to hand. But that means they really have nothing going for them right now. Yes. Breeding Pool tapped. And pass. Does mean Myco Spawn is out. Lab 3, 5, or 3, 6, 8. May have been better to hold that for next turn in retrospect. I'll talk about Emrakul. Yeah, I should have just played a land and held the lab, honestly. Because now if they kick a Myco Spawn, that would kind of suck. Utopia Sprawl, let's shock a Stomping Grounds. For red. Oh, did I miscount? 2, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I did. Oh, that's a whoops. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, okay. Opponent passes. What do they have in their hand? Utopia Sprawl. Hooded Foothill. Fetch. That will get me to 7 for Ugin. Forest. Sprawl on Forest. We'll go blue. Am I daft? I am. 1, 3, 4. Okay, so I should have kept up that Breeding Pool, though I guess they already know about the Sire, so not too hard pressed. Done. It is a May ability, or rather, it's an up to 1, which is important. And pass. Yeah, we should have held up the breeding pool in case we drew into a consign. Because right now the biggest worry is them getting Tron for Ulamog. 7 for Ugin. They'll take out a Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, desperately need a Myco spawn. Chrysalis. Null Drift. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That way I can ideally draw into a consign to memory. No consign. But they don't know that. No, they don't need to because they're just gonna Ugin. We could Hail Mary this Kozilek's command, scry draw 1. Yeah, that's a thought. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9. No, they need a land. They need 1 land for Ulamog. Question is, do you have it? That's 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, only have 9 unless they have another Ulamog in hand. They have Kozilek's Butcher Truth. When you cast a spell, draw 4 cards, Annihilator 4. Okay. I mean, I have the ult next turn. Kozilek's command's already in yard. Yeah, I think we just command X1 here. And I think we just win on the spot. Done. World Breaker will draw. 4 cards in exile, nothing of relevance. There's a temp. So what I should do here then is minus Ugin. So Emrakul, Karn, Null Drift, Sire, Talisman, 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 and Breaker. Because there are other Ugins in yard. I guess casting Assigned Megaspawn does get me lands. Done. So I will cast Talisman of Impulse. Talisman of Impulse. Trigger World Breaker, target Ulamog. Sowing Mycospawn. Trigger. I'll grab a Ghost Quarter. Sowing Mycospawn, trigger. Maybe you should have left a Mycospawn for Sanctum in retrospect. May have been a good idea. Because we could have triggered the Sanctum, right? I'm going to cast everything before we Null Drift so we can draw into some non-lands. Yeah, Sanctum does nothing now, so let's go for a Forest. Emrakul. Draw 2. Another KGC. Okay, so let's in that case quickly do this. And 2. How big are you? 10? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ramp. And exile. You don't have like ward, do you? No. And 2, 3, 4. Done. Let's see. We want to hold that. 1, 2, 3. 3. Let's see. We have a breaker on field. Minus KGC for Stonebrain. Cast Stonebrain. Triggers on the stack. Stonebrain target you. Let's see here. We'll go. I mean, what stops me here? Not much. Karn, the Great Creator. So like Mycospawn's doing jack all here. You only have 2 forests, okay. But we're gonna fail to find anyways. And we're gonna sign Mycospawn your own lands on top of which. So Karn out. Leave me with what, 5, 6? So not enough for another KGC. Well, actually, it does let me go 1, 2, 3, 4. Resolve KGC, keep the new one, minus KGC for liquid metal coating. All right, and I'll attack Ugin, Annihilator trigger. Okay, so what'll happen now is our turn, comrade. Mystic Forge isn't gonna cut it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go to main. Kick Mycospawn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ugin, done. Myco spawn, land. Let's hit, oh no, the power plant. No Tron for you today. Make sure you don't have a ghost quarter that I missed the first time. You do not. Done. ETB triggers. Not much else to do, but ghost quarter, your temple or the forest. I can just local metal the forest. I'm not too worried about that. No. And then I think that's all we need to do. I think we've done enough damage, eh? Upkeep, liquid metal coating, target forest, and pass and full. Okay. And that should be the game. Ugin plus draws a card. I mostly have 4 mana here. Yep. Talisman, you got it. And opponent scoops it up. Alright, solid win for round 5. On to round 6. Alright, and we're back for round 6 on the play for game 1. If I remember correctly, victory was on energy, right? I want to say that's correct. Since I'm not entirely certain, we'll probably let's go Windswept Teeth fetch Utopia for forest, Utopia Sprawl on red into Rumble on 2. Excuse me. I think that's right. And if we play our cards right, might actually be able to get an Emerald Cool on 3. Maybe 4 at the latest. Because we have double Rumble. It comes down to what we hit, of course. Definitely helps now that we have, what, 5 Planeswalkers for the 8th type. The main thing that kind of holds us back is Artifact and Enchantment, since we only have 4 of each of those. Alright, though. Excuse me. I think opponent is away from keyboard, so we'll be back when they have returned. Alright, opponent is back. We're here for game 1. On the play, let's fetch for a forest. Utopia Sprawl for red, and pass, and pass. Sacred Foundry, shock. Static Prison, that's fine. Draw. Could go forest, could go Stomping Grounds. We'll go Forest Rumble. Sowing Myco Spawn. And pass. And hold. And hold. Fetch with a Flooded Strand. Or Sacred Foundry, shock for Ragavan. So you're wondering whether or not I'll block. Yeah, I'll snap block here. Let's go Malevolent Rumble. Not too pressed about that. Command. Rumble. Would have really have liked a Soul Land. We can go Talisman. We can go Utopia Sprawl. Would have liked that Commercial District as well. think we'll go Utopia Sprawl, question mark. Because we go Sprawl, land Sprawl. Yeah, we can do that. So Wooded Foothills, fetch, 6 card types. We fail to find. Wow. Well, I should have paid more attention. That's on me. Yeah, that's a lesson learned. I should have checked, and I failed to find. Oof. That's an oof right there, because now, oh geez, yeah, that's unfortunate. Shoot. Now I kind of want to. I don't want to block, but I think I'm gonna block. There's Temple, thank God. For red. Selling Myco Spawn. Not kicked, rather. For a Temple, and pass, and hold. Static Prison goes away. Opponent's been desperate for a land. Yeah, I need to do better. Opponent's going to scoop. So I need to make sure I do better about making sure that I have lands left for a fetch. I should pay more attention to that. I did not, and that almost cost me. So we'll cut Karn the Great Creator, Ghost Quarter, and run it back. That was almost a yikes. Alright, on the draw for game 2. Let's see what our opening hand looks like. I will keep. So what do we want to pitch is the question. I think I pitched the Stomping Grounds. Yeah, let's do that. Like, we could pitch the Lab. The only thing is that means that we could be in a position where we draw into a 7-mana value spell, so we kind of want that. So yeah, I'll pitch the Stomping Ground. And pass. Fetch. Ragavan turn 1 would be the worst case scenario, as per usual. It is not to Guide of Souls, that's fine. Draw. Perfect. And that becomes a bit of a question of whether or not we go for Utopia Sprawl or for Null Drift. I think we go for Null Drift. Let's see what they play. Fetch. Combat. We'll take the 1. Johnny. I mean, yeah, I think we just go after a Johnny next turn. Like, we could go after the Guide of Souls, but a Johnny is just such a problematic card. Yeah, that's fine. Pass in full. Sire, 7 deaths. Burning Catacombs. Fetch. For a forest. Sprawl. For red. And we're going to exile a Johnny now. And done. And hold. Next turn we can decide whether or not we want to kick a Myco Spawn or go for a Sire 7 Deaths. Shred of a Static Prison. Opponent really cannot deal with Sire. Pyro. That's their turn 3. They play their land. We'll pass in full. We're not blocking. 2, 4, 5, or 2, 4, 6, 7, yeah. So, I mean, I think at this point, given that they're able to float, I guess they aren't able to, they are able to float. The Guide of Souls, I think, yeah, will go Sire. Just confirming 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 minus 2 would be 6, so yeah. Again, only real recourse here for opponent is a Static Prison. I guess, you know, also Johnny. Three. They play Flage. Fable's fine. Trigger. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I mean, at this point, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If they were to go 1, 2, 3. I mean, if they want to shove everything into Sire, be my guess. Right? Let's go attacking. No blocks. And we'll get rid of the Guide of Souls. Plus with Ugin. And return next turn? Disgusting. Pass. Pitch 2, let's see a Flage. No Flage, good for us. Yeah, I think Ugin replacing Devourer might be the way to go. I've pretty much always been happy to see Ugin in replacement of. And feels exceptionally difficult for energy to deal with. Also helps out in the mirror when things start to like peter out. We're just kind of staring at each other. Fetch the Arid Mesa. Blood Moon, that's fine. Doesn't really do much here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So let's see here real quick. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5, 8. So if I go 0. And go 1, 2, 3, float red. Ugin, Eye of the Storm. I actually don't care about Blood Moon all too much. So I think I'll just get rid of the Cat Warrior token or the Fable. Let's get rid of the Fable. No, the Cat Warrior token. And then exile their planes. And then we'll grab a temple. That will resolve. And then I'm going to sweep the board and exile the Fable. Okay, okay. I'm starting to see the appeal of Ugin. I'm starting to understand. That was pretty disgusting. All right, all right. I understand now. I understand why people have been yelling at me to use this thing card. I think it just came down to finding the right combination of cards to use. And I think I'm locked in on this. I think I like the 2 Ugin. I think Devourer being out makes sense. That was kind of ridiculous. That was kind of ridiculous, I have to admit. Like, just being able to go, okay, let's get rid of the cat token off the trigger of Myco Spawn. Let's get rid of the plane. Let's get rid of... Yeah, that was just nutty. That was just nutty. And the fact that I'm able to generate colorless mana from Ugin too just lets me get around Blood Moon. I mean, I've said it before, I'll say it again, and I'll repeat it every single time. Blood Moon and Moon effects are not effective against Eldrazi. At least not Eldrazi Ramp. Eldrazi Tron, sure, fine, whatever. Eldrazi Ramp, really not really. Like, it took off I guess 2, not really just 1, because we ramped into the temple, just like a single mana source for me. Okay, cool, I don't have colorless, that's fine for the most part. I mean, especially since we've cut Devourer, we only have 1 card in Kozilek's command that now has double pips. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe cutting Devour for Ugin's right. I think it might be right. I think it does mean that you do have to play your lands a little bit differently than you otherwise would. In the fact that you need to be a bit more mindful of, like, okay, what cards could I draw into when thinking about, do I imprint Lab? Do I go Temple? And so then you have to go, okay, well, what happens if I draw into Ugin, right? You have to think about that. And so I think over time I'll be a bit better at that, but overall, the deck feels solid. We'll end today with a, what record? 4-2 record, which is not bad. Still sucks that I lost my round 1 to time. As I was saying in my Discord, if there's any lesson to be learned from my round 1, is that if you are ultimating Ugin, make sure that if you don't have anything that you want to exile with Ugin's triggered ability, to make sure that you only cast Ugin last or after however many triggers that you want. So like if there's, I don't know, 3 targets on board you want to hit, so that means you cast Ugin and then cast 2 after, that hits the 3, rather than if you go, you know, Ugin first and then 5 cards after, that is a click for the triggers on the stack, then additional click to resolve the trigger, and then to resolve the second trigger if it's like a World Breaker, a Myco Spawn, etc., right? So you really want to make sure that you line up Ugin towards the end of your casting. So just something to keep in mind, as it definitely cost me round 1, but hey, we make mistakes, we learn from them, and we move on from there. But honestly, I think I'm liking this list. I think Ugin might be the truth. I think 2 of makes sense. I think anything more might be a bit much. I think the way I have it right now finds a happy medium. I'm still not sure about that one-off Writhing Chrysalis. I think maybe that could be cut, but I mean, we're at 11 7-mana value spells. I didn't really want to go too far above that. 3 Karns always has felt good. The 4th one, I think only if there's like a combo deck like Grinding Station that requires the 4th Karn. Basking Brute Skill, though, currently going up in play rate. Belcher going up in play rate, so maybe the 4th Karn gets played at some point. If that were the case, then Writhing Chrysalis comes out, 4th Karn comes in. Pretty easy, clean swap. It's not really all too concerned there, but yeah, I think the list is starting to shape up well. I'm starting to feel like we're easing into something that makes sense. I think the other versions made sense. I think this probably makes the most sense. I think you also can probably run a 2 of Ugin in the normal teamer version, the Gruul version, which I think is more just Urgast at that point. Yeah, overall, solid stuff. Sire 7 Deaths performing well. Null Drifter performing well. Devour, not so much, but Ugin in its place feels fantastic. You exile a card, you gain life, card advantage, get towards your ultimate, which is in only 2 turns, which is kind of insane, where you can just drop your deck. Yeah, really, really solid stuff. But that said, we are 1000% out of contention for top 8. I might even not make top 16, which is pretty feels bad, but it is what it is. But as always, if you guys did enjoy this, if you guys did enjoy today's video, please do consider hitting the like button, comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed, any mistakes that I made, or just some general feedback. It is always appreciated. For as much as I hope that you all learn from me in both my success and failure, I hope that I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, where we can begin monetizing these videos. Right now, I make zero money off these videos. The only way you can support me is through Patreon, where you can get early access to these YouTube videos, as well as early access to a live version of my deck guide. I try and put like an hour a day into that during the weekdays. So slowly but surely updating it with the new meta, with changes including Ugin, Sire 7 deaths, and the like. But with that being said, folks, as always, I will see you next time. Bye-bye!